Hello everyone, this is Half-Baked Sims back with yet another in-flight movie. Okay, almost done. Hello everyone, this is Half-Baked Sims back again with another full-flight movie. This time we are going from snowy and terrible Denver International down to McCarran in Las Vegas. Pretty quick flight, one that I like doing a lot. I thought it'd be interesting to fly in some pretty tough conditions. I don't know if they're actually flying right now in Denver. One could assume that they're not, as the blizzard has pretty much covered everything. But we will give it a shot. We'll see what we can do in the old Fenix A320. We have finally upgraded. Let's see if our time is incorrect, which I believe it might be. Let's do real time here. There we go. Okay. So from Denver to Las Vegas, we'll hop in the cockpit here. I'm using the flight pad on another window, so you won't be able to see a lot of it. But let's go up top and get our power and our batteries on. Make sure we get all this stuff. We're gonna have to worry about icing conditions, so let's see if we screw that up. Oop, that's the wrong button. We're gonna have to worry a lot about the de-icing and making sure that our plane doesn't freeze up and plummet into the ground on takeoff. We're also using PackX today. I reinstalled this. I hadn't used it for a while. It was kind of glitchy. This is from INI Builds, but I think they've done a better job recently of updating it. So there you can see, basically this program just kind of simulates being an actual pilot with passengers. It's purely for immersion. It doesn't really do anything for the actual flight. All it does is give you actual passengers, and down here in the bottom left it'll show you like, oh, here's their rating of your flight so far. Here's what they're doing, like serving snacks or drinks or something like that. So we've got 140 people on, and you can hook this up to your SimBrief profile, so you don't have to custom load it. It does everything itself. And you can upload, if you have like custom safety briefs and boarding music downloaded, you can start that up there. But you can hear them. Sorry, let's see if I can. Yeah, you can hear them in the background, moving around, loading the plane up, which is kind of cool. They'll do their own thing. You can see down there, they expect departure in 27.5 minutes, and they're boarding right now. So that's the other thing, is you get a satisfaction rating. Obviously being late is not good, but you can, usually the flight time they give you is pretty generous. You can hit everything about 10 minutes early, so you don't have to worry about them getting the virtual people getting mad at you for being late in your virtual plane. We've done all this before, so I'm going to go pretty quick here. We are DAL 118 Delta 118, cruising at 380. Got to get over them mountains. Let's see, let's go to our load here. We'll load it up instant. I think that detaches the jetway, pretty sure. Yeah, so we'll just put that back on if we can. Come back, jetway. There it is. Yeah, sometimes it's weird and it doesn't like you loading the aircraft and then staying on block for a while. 128.8 with 29.9. And our block is block fuel 14.8. Cruise flight level above max flight level. How so? We're at, it says 380. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Okay, so our flight plan. So we are off of runway 25, 25, Connor 7 to Werner. Insert that. We'll deal with our arrival stuff later. Let's go to our performance. So this is going to be interesting. I've never done a... Let's see. So we've got a wet runway on 25. Sync. You might have to do... No, it doesn't want it. It almost wants a toga though. So 118, 135. So the winds are 18 knots actually. So we're gonna have some pretty gusty winds here. 6360, 6360. Let's see, 2DN 0.1. And our flex is 47. That's such a low flex temperature. I've never seen anything below 50. So that means this is going to be a very, very interesting takeoff. Low pressure too. So I hope that just got picked up on the audio, but that was the boarding announcement from our virtual flight attendant, which is pretty cool. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, so there has been a delay in our uploads. It's been very busy lately at my job with Christmas and stuff coming up, trying to get everything done before everything shuts down for the holidays. But I think we're getting pretty close. Don't want to do that. Getting pretty close to everything being ready to go. So we should be able to do 1 or 2 videos a week again. Like I said, it does take a while to edit these, so it doesn't come out super quickly, but we'll start pounding these things out once or twice a week. We are at 99 subscribers as of recording this, so I'm waiting for that 100th sub. If you want to be the lucky 100, then I would hit the sub button and make sure to like. And I still haven't gotten any comments on what route people want to see me fly. I've gotten a bunch of comments, but none of them have been a route request. So if you want to see me fly to your home airport from another airport, just let me know in the comments and I will do that for you. We did get the TCA throttle pack. I got a new one finally from Thrustmaster. They replaced my old one after months of me complaining to them. So it's good to have that back. We'll be able to fly a lot better now. Just won't have to look down at the throttle quadrant all the time, and we'll be able to do everything a little more streamlined. So as you can see, we've got 1 minute till IRS aligns, but we're still boarding. You can check on the Pack X. You can kind of see where we're at. There was about 140 people, so there's going to be about 20-ish empty seats here. And it's kind of cool. You can actually click on each person here and see, this person's pretty hungry. They're content. The darker the dot from green to red, the less happy they are. They get on a flight. Sometimes they get on and they're tired. You can't really do anything about that on most flights. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm really tired," and it's like, "Okay, well, you're on a 2-hour flight. Like, take a nap or quit complaining about it." There's not really a whole lot you can do. Okay, there we go on the IRS alignments. So we're ready to go there. GPS primary, thank you. I forget how quickly you can load up an Airbus compared to a Boeing. It just kind of... There we go. So usually the boarding process and the IRS alignment take the same amount of time, which is pretty lucky for us. We don't have to worry too much about waiting for either of them to complete. Get our APU on here while we boot up. Ooh, got a lot brighter out. Let's see, we'll detach the jetway. Oh, it should be leaving. There it goes. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see. Let's get our ground charts up. Ooh, I can see that's coming through the mic.
Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure. Gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendant for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelt are fastened low and tight across your lap. You fasten insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. Please adjust it to keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft, please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there are sliding on the floor to guide you towards the exit. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. Start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you, and place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and tighten the straps if necessary. And don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate, the oxygen is flowing through the mask and you can breathe normally. If you're traveling with children, now's the time to pick your favorite one, but secure your mask and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Push it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the straps to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. This vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, put your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and letting a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Alright, my mic has been muted for who knows how long. But we figured it out. We've got all our anti-ice on. And we are ready for taxi here. Still got about 15 minutes until we need to depart. So we're not too worried about time. We should probably turn on our seatbelts. Holy cow, that was glitchy. Seatbelts go on. I don't know why you're flying today, but good luck. It's gonna be a bumpy departure. This is gonna be one of those rare times where I depart off of runway 25 in Denver and then land on 26 left in Vegas, which I believe means we don't have to do any circles to land or any, we can just go straight in and straight out and straight in from the runways, which is nice. We'll depart heading west and then we'll land heading west. We don't have to circle around to land on a different runway because the winds right now are favorable, which means it should be a really quick flight, which is awesome. And I love the Vegas approach. I'm using the Fly Tampa Vegas scenery, I believe is what it is. I think it's the best scenery in the game. It doesn't hit the frames too hard. Bigger airports are still going to destroy your frames no matter what you do. But it does do a little bit better than the default scenery. This is also a custom scenery for Denver. I can't remember what it is, but I had to buy it after horrible performance issues here. And I do know that the only other option besides the default and this one, which was on sale last time I bought it, is upgrading to the Premium Deluxe. They had a custom Denver airport, and I think it's ridiculous that they lock some of those custom airports behind paywalls like that. I think it's crazy, and I also think it's crazy with their upgrade policy, at least through Steam. I know I've talked about it before, but I have the Premium Edition, which means I don't have the 787 and a couple other planes and then like 5 airports, and I was like, oh, I'd like to upgrade to this Premium Deluxe so I can get all those planes and airports, and they said the only way to upgrade is to buy the Premium Deluxe Edition. I cannot buy an upgrade. I have to spend another $90 to get 2 airports and 2 planes. So I said, nope. That's a ridiculous policy. I don't know if that's the interaction with Steam or if that's just how they do it. But I think it's stupid that it's even an option to do it like that. I think it's super anti-consumer. Don't have our taxi lights on. All right. We're coming up on the runway, so we'll turn all that on. We'll get our timer going. And let's get out of this snowstorm. We are cold, we are tired. We are ready to go have some fun in Las Vegas today. Whoa, a little bump on the runway there. I don't know what that was all about. Overshot just a little bit. Let's get back on center line. Let's spool up to about 40% on the engines. I'm sure these passengers are like, what insane ride am I about to go on? You're about to find out. Set climb thrust. The winds are 350, which means we need to watch out for a gust from the right as soon as we get off the ground here. It's already trying to blow us across the runway. Look at that. B1 rotate. Oop, there it is. Woo! That's terrible. Let's do gear up. No visibility at all. Let's get you off. There's climb power. Disarm our ground spoilers. Pitch down, need some speed. Now, I always forget to do this. Alright. Still nothing to see. Alright, we can turn off the engine anti-ice. They're plenty warm. We'll keep our wing anti-ice on, just in case we run into some frozen pockets. And let's go ahead and engage autopilot so we can clean up the airframe. Still on flaps 2 as we come up through 8,000 feet here. We can go flaps 1. And flaps 0. Slats retract, clean airframe. As we climb up, it's going to pick up some speed before nosing up again. So you can see flight phase climb here on Pack X. It says expected arrival in about an hour and a half. We're going to probably get there a lot quicker than that. If we look at our progress page, predictive GPS says that we'll get there by 17:45, which is in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we'll be about 15 minutes ahead, 10-15 minutes ahead of what this thing says. This is, once again, they give you a lot more time than you really need, at least from the passenger perspective, just in case of go around or you need to go circle to land on a different runway, wind change, all that stuff. That's also predicted without our final approach selected. So once we get up to cruising altitude out of these clouds, I will go into the flight plan, set our approach, and then we should get a better idea of when we'll get there. Alright, through 10,000 feet, lights go off. Not much to see on the climb here besides the inside of a gigantic cloud. Let's look at the weather and see what this is going to go up to. Half statute mile visibility, runway 35 left. Let's see. Snow, freezing fog, up to 1100. So we should be popping up through the clouds pretty soon here. Let's see what happens. This is also just a really low departure from what I remember. You can't really climb above, 10,000 feet until a ways after the runway. It's kind of weird. They keep you low when you're trying to climb over these mountains. Alright, we got anti-ice off. It said ice not detected, so we're good. Here comes the reduction in clouds. Looks like we're climbing right over the Rockies, right over the foothills right now. And it looks like there's no storm over here. Just exited the storm. Climbing up and over. On our way to Las Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
Alright, we are coming up through 33,000 feet as you can see, so let's go down into the FMC here and let's finish out our flight plan. So we are going to be on the ILS 26 left approach from the Chow to arrival, transition from, let's see what our flight plan says. We're transitioning from Gap. And we need to do an approach via, let's see what our chart says. We can approach via Prino, it looks like. Yes, that is what we want to do. So we got that going. So now if we do a progress report, we should have an updated ETA. 1747 is in an hour and 9 minutes. So pretty spot on to our expected arrival from Pack X. We're still not to top of climb. We'll do some more time lapses as we get there. And I will see you guys as we descend into Vegas.
clear of conflict.
All right, we are about, let's see here, 68 miles from top of descent, as you can see on the screen here. I thought it'd be a good time to bring everyone back into the cockpit, and we will set up for our descent. So the first thing that we need to look at is our landing chart. Let's see here. Okay, so here's our chart, as you can see. So we are coming straight in from Preno here. It's just a straight shot in. So we need to go down to about 3,800 feet on our altitude here before we punch it. Let's see here. All right. So yep, there it is. Enter destination data. We are already on it. All right. Our baro is going to be 2450. That is what our minimums are going to be set at. And let's see, our landing here. We're landing runway 26 left. Let's see, METAR says that there's just a little bit of clouds, but it's going to be a really nice day. Let's see, 30.00 on the QNH. It is 6 degrees Celsius, and the wind is 330 at 7. 330 at 7, that goes there. And so for our landing weight, we are going to be at, let's see, 12, let's see, so if you add 12129, 136 on the dot, which gives us, we can use low auto brake. That'll take us about halfway down the runway. As you can see in the landing calculator, everything's put in, ready to go. So we'll know to look for that. And I think that might be all we have to really worry about in the Airbus. It's really easy. It's kind of crazy how hands-off this plane can be sometimes. So, let's see, we are still about 50 miles away from top of descent, so we'll do some more time lapses on the descent, and I will see you guys as we approach into Las Vegas.
We have begun our final descent into Las Vegas. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Alright, as you can hear, we're on our final descent down into Las Vegas. We are coming down through 11,000 feet over Lake Mead, I believe it is right now. The Hoover Dam should be off somewhere to the left here, or it's back there. I can't remember which way it is. Anyway, we're coming down through 11,000 feet. We're almost to our final approach once we get through Preno, which is at 8,000 feet. Been a pretty smooth flight once we got out of Denver. Really nice and easy. Some really good views out this way. I always like flying this because of the mountains and the terrain, and just it looks really cool as you're flying into Las Vegas. And Las Vegas itself is a really cool airport to fly into. Alright, down through 10,000 feet. Let's get some lights on. Seatbelt signs are back on. Everything's set for landing. We'll do a low auto brake. Already got that set up. And I'm trying to think. We need to arm our spoilers, which we have done. So we're looking for a final approach speed here in a little bit of 136, and we're landing at 131. So start slowing down once we hit Preno. Actually, we can start slowing down now. Let's just keep it at 230. I usually like to kind of back off of the auto speed, the VNAV speed once I get towards the approach, just because I feel like it has a habit of, like you saw there, it started accelerating rapidly as we leveled out to try and get back to 260 knots, which you don't want to be at. You want to be at about 250 or under when you're under 10,000 feet. So we'll back off of the speed here. Let it settle down a little bit before we start this final turn. You can see Las Vegas out in the distance. Ground spoilers armed, seat belts are on. We've got we're expected to arrive in about 9.5 minutes. We'll probably be right on that, honestly. We can do progress. We can do GPS prediction. 1746 is in 5 minutes, so we're actually going to beat it. Pretty cool. You can remove the tablet, by the way. There's a click spot on the light, or the microphone here is what it is. And there's also one, like, I can't remember where the other one is, but you can hide the EFB if you don't want to look at it. Like I am using it on an exterior monitor, so I don't have to have it up and look over all the time. I can just look at my other screen. Really handy in VR though. I've flown a bunch of flights in VR. That's usually what I fly in when I'm not flying on a video or anything. I'm usually just in my VR headset. I think it's pretty cool. There's, obviously I don't have a beast of a computer. I only have a 2060 and some kind of an older processor, but it still works out pretty well. You can still kind of tell where everything is. It helps when you know the cockpit and you don't have to actually read each button. You can kind of just tell where stuff is just by the look of it. Is really nice. But it's a lot of fun. It's very immersive. They did a really good job with the VR implementation in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Some planes are better than others. I will say that the 737 series from PMDG is a lot better than the Fenix. It has actual click spots that interact with VR. If you use the VR controller, you can use that to, flip all the switches and click all the buttons instead of the mouse. I find that the mouse is still easier to use just because of how finicky the click spots can be in VR, but you can use it in the 737 series. It runs really well. You get, in VR you can kind of get away with like 20 FPS and it, looks pretty smooth. It's kind of like watching a movie. Let's back off our speed just a little bit. We're about 14 miles out, so we'll start getting some flaps out here. Let's do flaps 1. On this approach. You can already see the skyline popping up. I do have my render distance down quite a bit these days, just to maximize FPS. I found that I find myself needing the FPS more than I need the view out the window. But this scenery looks pretty good. It's actually popping up pretty well. Here's another plane. Wonder what he's doing. Looks like a Spirit flight on the way out of Vegas, probably on the way to Denver from the direction that he's headed. Alright, so we are on approach. We've got our glide slope fixed, and we're on the localizer. As you can see, we're 11 miles out. Let's drop down to about 180 knots while we get set up for final here. Ground spoiler is armed still. We'll drop the gear once we get to about 7 miles out. Traffic. Oh, don't screw me here, bud. Is he landing 26 right? I think we've got a landing buddy here. It looks like we do. Yep. So we're landing left. He's landing right at the same time. This could be kind of fun. We're going a little faster. He's already got the landing gear out. Let's see if we can beat him down. All right, let's get our final approach speed in here. Let's drop the gear. We're looking for 136. Oof. Nope, 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 nope. Just trying to do a collision avoidance. Just ignore it. That always seems to happen to me on approach these days with the live traffic enabled. I always seem to find myself running into a PAL that is landing with us, and the as you can see, it wants us to go up, way up on our vertical speed and avoid them, but we're good. We don't need to worry about them. We'll just fly it in by hands. Oh my gosh. Hello, buddy. You gonna go around? Or are you gonna land right in front of me? Looks like he's gonna go around. Or is he just gonna land? Oh, this is what I get for having live traffic on. It's usually so cool because you get stuff like this where the Southwest flight holds short, but we're gonna land right on top of this dude. I apologize for the immersion killing, but I'm not doing a go around. We really should, but I don't feel like it.
300.
Get the auto throttle out. Yep, there's the go around. Usually they do it pretty late. Coming in kind of low here. Engines are screaming.
100.
There we go. Wind is pretty easy to manage here. Just a steady crosswind.
50.
Clear of
40.
conflict.
30. 20. Retard.
Ooh. Major stutter there on touchdown. Keep her steady on the center line. Let's pull up our ground chart on this other monitor. Let's get the manual braking in so we can make this exit here. There we go. Welcome to Las Vegas. Oh my gosh, the stutters.
Las Vegas. The local time is 9:48 a.m. and it's currently about 44 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft is come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us.
Well, that was an eventful arrival into Las Vegas here. We'll get the APU started so we can have some power when we pull up to the gate. I don't know what these stutters are. I haven't had these in a long time. I was running this really cool mod, and I did a whole video about it, and I had to scrap the video because I was running a mod called FS Hub that would basically it would do a better ATC than the Microsoft Flight Simulator default ATC would. And it was really cool, except it caused serious stuttering issues. Like every 5 seconds I would lose about 40 frames and then it would catch back up, and it really bummed me out because it was really fun to use. I really liked it, but it was just, and I tried to diagnose the problem. I tried support. I tried a bunch of different fixes for it through their support line, and they said that some people just have issues with it. So I didn't pay too much for it, so I didn't really get a refund. I kind of just kept it. Every once in a while I try to make it work, but seems pretty busted to me. So maybe one day we'll fly with that on. Turn you off. We'll shut down the engines here. Engine 1 off, engine 2 off. There's our Volanta saying we're done. We will deboard. Let's see if it brings out the chocks cones jetway. So as soon as the cockpit door the cabin door opens and I turn off the fasten seatbelt sign, this will switch from taxiing into deboarding. And as soon as you start the deboarding process, you can end the flight. If I ended the flight now, even though I'm on the ground, it technically wouldn't count. No, I don't think we pulled up far enough for this gate. Uh-oh. No, we were right on it. Perfect. Cool. So we will flip off the... let's see what's good on the ground power first. Flip off the APU. Turn off the seatbelt signs. There we go. They're on the way out. So, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we're at 99 subscribers, so whoever wants to be that 100th sub, that would be a huge deal to me. I'll do a long stream. I might do a cross-country flight in the A310 for our 100 subscriber special. So, leave a like, leave a comment on where you want me to fly, and I will see you guys next time.